Hi guys, welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade, and this is what we've eaten this week. So we had, what was this? This was an easy tea. Kiev's, jacket potato, rabbit food, easy peasy. Homemade spam fritter in a bun. Oh, you just can't beat it. Homemade chips. With some chip spice. I do prefer the American one. In the little one that you get from Chippy. So, rabbit food, homemade wedges, and scampi. Oh, basmati rice with pork adobo. I have already got a video for this, so if anyone does want it, I can link it. Here is pizza oven out for the first time this summer. And that's the kids' pizza right there. About 90 seconds to cook. And then a very, very intricate and hard spaghetti bolognese. It's just this weather, man. It's just warm, innit? I guarantee you after today I ain't cooking tomorrow. So this is today. These are Steve's Precious out the garden. He's not pulling them off them vines unless he's actually eating them right there and then. No tender stem, guys. Just couldn't get any. It ruined my old dinner. Some white cabbage. So after dinner, Steve took the kids to the beach and they went swimming. I was left on my lonesome. To get on with this, so I figured while I've got the house and it's quiet, I'll do 2 brand new puddings in this video. So that's what I did. So I prepped for dinner. That's it for the veg, no tender stem. No mashed potatoes. I'm not having that hob on unless it's an emergency. Or I need to fry a spam fritter. That's an emergency. So I'm doing the roast potatoes, but in the air fryer. Don't worry, I'm not putting them walnuts on my pork. So this is pork loin. You got a really good deal from Tesco with this. It's on offer. 1.7 kilos. So it's going in the rotisserie. I love it because it just self-bastes and yeah. And it just doesn't matter what you do. It's so juicy still inside. Just throwing some thyme and salt and pepper on there. That's mainly to flavour the juices as well. That drip down from it. Because I'll use those juices for my gravy. So I'm not adding anything into this stuffing. Just plain old sage and onion stuffing. They're lucky they got fed, it was too warm. It was like 27 degrees in my house. It's going to be 33 here tomorrow. I'm disgusted. So this is lemon crumble bars. So good, guys, honestly, so good. So it's plain flour. This is the crumble topping I'm doing first. Butter and caster sugar. And you're just going to rub them with your fingers until they resemble a crumble topping. And no, didn't even get the mixer out. I don't know what's up with me lately. I'm feeling it, man, I'm feeling it. except for when it comes to whipping cream. Then that mixes out faster than you can say mixer. So you move that to one side while you do the cake batter. So it's plain flour. I will put the recipe underneath the video. So you could remove 50 grams of flour and add 50 grams of any type of ground nut that you would want to put in. I obviously couldn't do that for this one because the other pudding's got nuts in. So one of them has to be nut free for Caitlin. So I didn't use the ground nuts. So it's plain flour, baking powder and cinnamon. Move it to one side. And then caster sugar, melted butter, eggs, yogurt and 2 tablespoons of milk for the next part. That's for the cake batter. So while you're doing this, you can preheat your oven to 180C, 350F or gas 4. And you'll need to grease and line a rectangular baking tin, approximately 10.5 inches by 8 inches. So I'm just going to give this a good old mix. I'm weighing out 40 grams of yoghurt, just a couple of tablespoons of milk, and that'll cool down that butter as well before I add the eggs in. So I'm going to add the eggs in. That banging you can hear is the kids. They've been told not to bang while I do the voiceover. That's how much my kids listen. So put the eggs in. And the second one. And then what we're going to do is whisk that in, make sure it's well combined, and when we start adding the flour mixture, we're going to mix it with a spoon, just so we don't over mix it. So you need to make sure there's no flour visible, but make sure that it is just combined. Just keep going, doesn't take long. I'm just checking. I'm going to pour this into my prepared tin because that is the base, the sponge base. I'm going to spread it out. You can see it's quite thick. I'll spread it out so it's even across the bottom. And I used a jar of lemon curd. I would recommend making your own. Doesn't take long. I've used all the ones that I've got, so I just used one that I had in, but it was a nice one, tangy. And I'm going to put the entire thing on there, look, and I'm not going to mess about with it. Make sure it is a nice one. And then just sprinkle over your crumble topping. And Bob's your uncle, guys. It's as easy as that. You want to bake this in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes until the crumble topping is golden. All ovens vary. Some might cook it quicker. Just check it with the skewer to make sure that the cake at the bottom is cooked through. I allowed it to cool for 10 minutes in its baking tin, then lifted it out onto a rack to let it cool for 10 minutes. So this is the pork. Having a good swirly swirl. That was yum. That was cooked, if I say so myself, to perfection. So this is a coffee tray bake. So at the bottom I have walnuts, 150 grams. I crushed up half of them so they were quite small and left others bigger. So the dry mixture is self-raising flour, baking powder, fine sea salt. And this will help the nuts to not sink in the mixture when you're cooking it. So now in another bowl I've got butter and brown sugar. And I'm just going to mix them until they're whipped together nicely. There you go, I'll give them a good whooping. So there's 4 eggs in this. Make sure they're well mixed in before you go to the next one. These are very easy puddings to make. Perfect for the other half's lunchbox. Kids are not at school at the minute, so you ain't got to worry about theirs. So at this point I'm just going to add a little bit of flour in with the egg. This is just to stop it from... it doesn't curdle, but it looks curdled. There's nothing wrong with the batter. But this keeps it more stable. And then there's 1 more egg. Bit of flour. Here I'm using the Camp chicory and coffee extract. So I want 2 tablespoons. I think it's 2. Yeah. Found a really good deal on those on Amazon. If it saves me messing about dissolving coffee and bringing it back to room temperature, then I'm all for it. So now I'm going to use a spoon, if I don't drop it. And I'm just going to fold through the dry ingredients. And again, just fold them through. And it's as easy as that, guys. So your oven should be preheated. 180C, fan 160C, gas 4. 23 by 30 centimetre tray bake tin, about 4 centimetres deep, and line it with some grease-proof paper. So there, I just shoved it all into the tin. Should take about 30 minutes, but mine didn't this time. It took 35. It might take even longer in yours. Just again use that skewer to check. Every oven, as I keep saying, is different. So there's the pork out. That was so juicy inside, really was. And it just, and the rotisserie is great because it's self-basting. And that was dinner today. And I was ready for it by the time it come. And the kids had the lemon crumble bars. So there's the coffee cake before it's been frosted. There it is, look, that lemon curd, it sinks into the cake. That round the outside is just lemon curd, like when you do your jam tarts and stuff. It's so good. And the crumble topping, the kids loved that. And there's the coffee cake. There you go, no sinkers. Really, really easy to do. Nice and dark, moist. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this week's What's for Tea. Let me know if you try any of the recipes. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications so you know every time I upload a new video. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.